Kai and welcome back to Looking Ahead 2021 edition, i.e. the one where I'm 23. If you don't know what Looking Ahead is, it's a sort of time capsule kind of thing I was doing, hopefully kind of every year. Kind of lost the plot a little bit. Basically, I answer questions I asked myself previously and I ask myself questions for the next year, i.e. 2022, or when I am 24, to answer them. Without further ado, it doesn't really need much more explanation. Let's get into the questions I asked myself in 2017. Because it's been a while, sorry.
How are you feeling in terms of your depression and your anxiety?
Things have gotten a lot worse throughout the years and now are getting a lot better now that I sort of understand a bit more about myself. For those of you who do not know, I was in some unfavorable conditions this past year that kind of left my emotional and mental health on the back burner, but I'm now getting better. I have moved out with my partner. My partner and I have our own flat that we rent, and I just finished my last year of my degree, so I'm hopefully going to postgrad, but my emotions have been a bit of a topsy-turvy kind of thing. Getting better now because I have discovered that my depression and anxiety were largely caused by ADHD, which I was diagnosed with as a child, but was not informed that I was diagnosed as a child and was not medicated. So yeah, I've been re-diagnosed with ADHD. I am now on medication. It's going pretty well. So I've been surviving, I've been growing. Hopefully I'll grow and survive a bit better next year.
How is the fitness going? Are you still doing a fit club or are you exercising on your own?
I mean, anyone who has seen me knows that the fitness has not been going well. I am not fit. In all honesty, my mental health has not been great enough to actually look after my physical health as well as I'd like to. Mostly it's been survival and maintenance rather than improvement. Things are now looking better, so I might actually be able to start something. I'm starting small. Little things like walking to the grocery store has been helpful. Cleaning the flat has been helpful too, especially in summer because it's hot as hell. But I'm doing little things to start building up my fitness so that I can start actually exercising. Just a bit difficult to exercise when there's nowhere to exercise because I don't exercise at gyms. I can't exercise in front of people. Something I need to work on, but you know. And the nearby pool costs an arm and a leg for no fucking reason, so I'm not gonna go swimming there.
How are your languages going? At the moment, I'm planning to make language videos as well, documenting my progress on learning languages, mostly on Afrikaans and Japanese.
Languages. I have not been learning Afrikaans or Japanese. I have started learning French and German again, but I only started like a month or two ago, so it's not, very advanced. Haven't gotten very far with relearning and learning French and German. I basically got baby phrases. I can't hold a conversation very well, and I can't exactly write you a speech. Just don't judge me on my pronunciation. I'm going off of Duolingo. It's very difficult, and I'm not very good at pronouncing things in English, so. Ich bin Kai und ich bin super. J'habite en Afrique du Sud et j'étudie le français et l'allemand. I think I got it. Did I get it? If anyone speaks German or French, you can completely rail me for my pronunciations. But that's like the basics. I'm doing the very first sets of Duolingo lessons. So, and I don't have anyone to practice with, so this is purely self-study.
Have you reconnected with any of your old friends?
When I asked this question in 2017, I had a specific friend group that I was thinking about at the time. I haven't reconnected with them per se, in the fact that we don't text all the time or anything like that, but I have spoken to them since. I spoke to them earlier this year. We're not on bad terms by any means, just don't really talk often. It would probably take a bit of time for us to really connect properly, but I think we're at the point where it's we'll get along better in person than we will over text, because I'm very bad at texting people. And I think that might just be a me thing, but texting is really difficult. I don't like texting. And I don't like hanging out with people in person most of the time anyway. But I do hope to travel to see them at some point in the coming years when y'all have stopped banning South Africans from everywhere. Identify one little COVID variant. 2! identify 2 COVID variants and suddenly you're banned from all travels, even though their variant is everywhere anyway. Sorry, our scientists are more advanced. Aside from that specific friend group, in the broader spectrum of have I reconnected with old friends that I want to or wanted to, not really. Actually, within this year, I have lost the closeness of some of my other friend groups, but I've also gained some more friends. I think it was just a natural ebb and flow. There were some people that I wasn't really around that much anymore, especially with COVID screwing with the university timetables and stuff like that. So I didn't really like stay very close with certain people, but I got some new friends along the way. Like my partner and I have a nice solid friend group.
How obsessed with gaming did you actually get? Because we're a bit worried at the moment.
Not at all, honestly. Gaming is more of a wind down thing for me, but it's also something that I use to like waste some time while I'm waiting for something or procrastinate when I haven't taken my meds and need to do work. But it's not something that I actively seek out a lot unless I have like a really random craving for something. Mostly the most gaming I really do is D&D. I have a weekly D&D campaign that I play with my partner and some friends. Might DM a game in the future, maybe not sure.
What are your thoughts and ideas for the channel for the next year?
Interesting question. I think the big difference for me with going forward on this channel is I don't have a clear idea or clear plan for the channel. I want to upload more regularly, that I know, but I'm not sure entirely what I will upload. I'm kind of just gonna go with the flow. I'm very widespread in terms of my interests, so I might just put a bit of everything on here. I know that's not exactly good for the algorithm gods, but I don't really care. This is my channel. Videos are going to be a lot looser, a lot less perfectionistic, a lot more experimental, I think. I'm not going to put as much of pressure on myself to give you like the top quality content, because I kind of just want to see where I'm gonna go. A lot of my things with YouTube is I didn't know how to do something and I didn't want to fail at doing it at all, and it's a stupid perfectionistic thing that I have, and I'm trying to beat it, for lack of a better term. So I'm trying to get to a point where like I'm okay with failing, I'm okay with not knowing how to do something and learning and figuring it out. The next thing that I have in mind isn't exactly a goal for this year, because I doubt I'll have the money for it this year, but at some point I do want to upgrade my camera equipment, because my camera set, just the set alone, it's 9 years old next year, which is fine. It still works brilliantly and I love my camera, but it has taken a couple falls, so it doesn't work entirely. The autofocus is fucked, and when I'm sitting far away, I can't see if it's in focus, which is a bit of a problem. The batteries last like 2 seconds. I really need new batteries, because I have two batteries for my camera. The one lasts longer, it's the official one, but I have another one that I think is just a knockoff, and legit the battery lasts like 2 seconds. It'll take an hour to charge, but it'll last 2 seconds. It's very frustrating. So I basically have one camera battery, which when I'm filming something long-winded that I can't really stop working on, that's a bit of a problem. So I'd like to get at least a new battery pack, another 2 new battery packs if I can. Eventually I'll work up to replacing the entire set for my camera, because I would like another camera. A more modern one. Then I can maybe give this one to my partner, because he's interested in photography. He can start playing around with that. He already does, but you know what I mean. The last thing I'd want to get is maybe a clip-on mic, because I really want to update my sound quality, and I'd like a little clip-on mic-y for there.
Do you have any questions for 20-year-old Kai?
Questions for 20-year-old Kai? Yeah, sure. Dude, what the fuck? Just looking at you as a person, like what the fuck? No, I'm kidding. I do have questions for 24-year-old Kai, though. I'm turning 24 in 3 months. What the fuck? Do you ever, like, look at your life and you're like, remember when I thought I'd be engaged at 23, married at 24, and have my first child at 25? Remember that? Remember that? Yeah, wild times. Absolute shit show. Don't know what I was thinking. Are you still in the same flat? Have you and your partner stayed in the flat? Have you moved to a new flat or a new house? I know the ultimate goal is to fuck off out of South Africa, but for now, you know, until we can afford that, you guys still in the same flat or have you moved? Can you actually speak any new languages, including French and German, or is it still just the baby phrases because you got sidetracked with something else? Mental health check, how you doing? Are you finding it easier to connect with other humans, or is it still a bit of a hard task? At the moment, it's really difficult to connect with other humans. It's just really difficult to interact with others, especially if I go into a place where I feel like the vibe is kicking me out, for lack of a better term. I genuinely, like, sometimes I'll walk into a space and I'll just feel the energy of the space kicking my spirit out of the door. It's ridiculous. Has that gotten better, or are you still struggling to connect with other human beings on just like a normal level? What are your creative pursuits going forward, i.e. for the next year? Because right now we're going to be looking mostly at embroidery and digital art. I don't know how. What are some highlights from the past year? Please share your good times and any standout bad times, I guess. And finally, in what ways do you feel you've grown in the last year? It can be physically, mentally, emotionally, skill-wise. How have you grown in this last year? And then, the usual, if you got questions for 25-year-old Kai. And that's the end of Looking Ahead 2021 edition, i.e. the one where I'm 23. I hope you guys enjoyed getting a tiny preview into what the past few years have been like. It's been rough. I wanted to make like a whole proper video kind of talking about it, but then I realized that I don't remember most of it. It's been survivable but bad. Survivable but bad, that's a way to put it. I hope your years have been better, and I hope that I actually stick to uploading more frequently. It'll be a bit difficult because we don't have Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi is expensive. We live without Wi-Fi. That's where we are right now. But it's okay. Happy to be moved out. We're surviving. We're doing pretty good. And I hope you're doing okay, and that 2022 kicks ass. Not kicks your ass, just kicks ass. And I will hopefully see you soon. Bye.